Well, hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to update 1.27's test server, where we have 3D objects over here. But I have already covered tests, and including the holiday ops first calendar over here, which, is a little hint towards the holiday ops event. But in my previous video, I asked from you guys, and I got quite a lot of replies, who wanted to see me covering all the secret hidden tanks, which they are adding to the game with update 1.27, and here is the full list. There will be 12 brand new tanks added with 1.27, at least to the game client. When they're going to be released, nobody knows that, but I added one extra tank over here, which I want to talk about quickly. This is the S-Fuck over here, and also S-Fuck 105. Also the 550 alpha object Kust, and what a lot of you seem to be very excited about was the Char Murat, for example, which is it a tier 9 Paras, guys, or not? Well, let's talk about that in today's video. First of all, let's start with some, I don't know, gift tanks, loot box fodders, like the T3E2 medium. It is a tier 3 premium medium tank. What is Wargaming going to do with that? Other than simply give away, I don't know, guys. This could be Holiday Ops, free gift tank, this one, or the M3A3 Stuart. Same case over here. Not much to talk about those lower tier tanks. And also, we had the AMR B103 over here, which looks like any other tier 2 tank. And but they said this will be coming in update 1.27, right? So if you have any history with those tanks, if you wanted to see them, well, congratulations. But talking about the tier 4 tank, this is a Type Honey 2, if I'm not mistaken. And this one is, a little bit interesting, at least, with 350 alpha turb gun in tier 4, this 64 pen gun bench some stuff, and 2300 DPM, which is not the most terrible in tier 4 for sure. So this one could be kind of a meme. It looks like an artillery. Accuracy is like an artillery, but it is actually a tank destroyer. So maybe someone is excited about this. Also, Panzer 38K or Panzerkampfwagen 38K, a tier 5 German medium tank, which is coming with 100 alpha, 1.9k DPM, 10 degrees of calibration. Very nice, decent mobility as well. Actually pretty good. 55 top speed and good power to weight ratio, which means it is actually able to reach this top speed. And 11.86 moving camo. So this is a tier 5, a medium tank, what some of you were excited about for some reason. I don't know why, but hey, it is here, it is coming. Now, we talked about one tier 5, which could fit into the well-deserved reward category as well, or into the loot boxes. This could be a loot box fodder tank over here for sure. And another tier 5 tank is Gabler's Destroyer. This one over here, very funky looking light tank. Yes, this is actually a light tank. The name is Destroyer, but vehicle class is a light tank over here with both wheels and the tracks. Now, I could be wrong over here. I have not heard anything official, but this tank over here, as far as I have heard, the wheels are simply cosmetical and the mechanics are exactly like any other tracked tank's mechanics. It turns and then it gets tracked and stuff like that, like it is... like it would be a tracked vehicle, right? But this is a tier 5 Gabler's Destroyer, and you know what? I wouldn't be too mad if this tank would end up as well-deserved reward this year, because we have had some even more boring stuff, let's put it that way. But talking statistically about that, it has kind of poor firepower, 75 alpha, 95 base pen, but it has, 12 degrees of calibration, which is nice, good aiming time, but bad accuracy and non-existent DPM, 1.1k DPM, right? No armor whatsoever, 13 all the way around, but mobility is good, with good power to weight ratio, 28.5, and 65 top speed, 25 backwards, which is very, very nice, actually. And it has very poor camo also, on one of the lowest tier 5 light tank camos, like AMX ELC in tier 5 gets 21. The rest, I would say, the baseline is like 16-17% camo. View range, however, is stayed on in the middle, 360 meters, which is what the better ones what even the better ones in that tier get. So this is Gabler's destroyer. You know, could be loot box tank. It fits into the loot boxes. It fits into dessert reward. I don't know. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen. Centurion 1A, which is a downgraded Centurion Mark 1, basically. It's a tier 7 British medium premium tank, yeah, most likely with 150 alpha gun, but good gun depression, you know, gun handling is decent, almost 1.9k TPM, and 50 top speed, 20 backwards, 380 meter view range, you know, kind of classic. Let's say this is kind of a classic tank, right? Tier 7 Centurion 1A. Then moving on to tier 8s, guys, and first of all, let's talk about this tank, which I believe I have covered in this way as well before, looking at it, you know, in the garage like this. So this is a double barrel French tank destroyer, which is not your average double barrel tank mechanic. Once again, we have new British heavy tanks with new twin gun double barrel mechanic coming in, and this one has something unique as well. When you charge up, guys, when you salvo, prepare your salvo, your experimental aiming device kicks in, basically, which is providing quick aiming time and enhancing accuracy and stabilization during your salvo preparation. You can see that the base stats are, you know, especially the accuracy, pretty sad over here. By the way, 69 degrees to the left and to the right. This is how much you're able to turn your turret without moving your hull. You know, nice meme wargaming. But when you prepare it, all those stats should improve according to what they said at least, but at the same time you lose half your top speed. But still, from 60 down to 30, it's pretty decent, ain't gonna lie. You know, when you're prepping, usually you want to aim in anyway. But the salvo preparation time over here, as you can see, is longer than usual, like 3 seconds, right? And once you take the double shot, your reload is 4 seconds longer because of the gun block time, reloading block time, right? So, you know, could be something interesting to look forward to. But moving on to the new tanks, and this is Kust. Object Kust, guys, with 550 alpha damage. 10 degrees of gun operation because of the siege mode, of course, and it actually can move its gun a little bit as well up and down, if I'm not mistaken. Not the best DPM, you know, not the best base gun handling stats over here, but it is a siege mode tank destroyer with very hard hitting gun, guys. 279 millimeters of penetration, and this penetration, by the way, is with AP round, which is very strong, like 279 on a tier 8 tank as AP. That stuff goes through and likes to melt armor. And it could be quite a problematic tank to take out if you know how to angle it, because you can see, or you know, if you know when exactly to raise your hull and to increase your armor value, because it has 110 millimeters of armor in the front, guys. Now, this commander hatch is actually a weak spot, and everything is able to penetrate that. It has like 40 millimeters armor or something like that, or 30 millimeters of armor, so even high explosive is able to bend that, but, you know, good luck trying to hit that from a range, for example. Also, 2 seconds mode switching time, as you can see, 50 top speed, 20 moving backwards, guys. And if you switch the mode to the more, let's say, sniping mode, your top speed is 5, reverse speed is also 5, but the aiming time down to 1.63 seconds, dispersion down to 0.32, so gun handling, of course, and of course dispersion factors are improving as well, so gun handling improves a lot, but you have no mobility basically whatsoever. So it could be an annoying tank to play against, and at the same time it could be kind of annoying tank to play yourself as well, which is like actually the best noises to describe this tank is we'll see, guys, we'll see. Another tier 8 tank which they are thinking about introducing, or you know, which is coming with update 1.27 to the live servers at least. When is it, when any of those tanks what we are going to talk about in today's video are going to be released? Nobody knows besides Wargaming, even like, I don't know even if they know. Then Prototipo 6. This is like a Progetto with just a little bit beefier playstyle. Turret armor 170, as you can see, hull armor 70, 35, 30, 50 top speed, and it has 300 alpha damage. You know, compared to the Progetto's 240, 300 alpha damage, but at the same time it has 3 shells in the mag as well, and it is a standard autoloader. Empty mag, 15.3 second load time, second shell 11, and you can cycle the 9.6 second reload time for 300 alpha damage. But if you need it, you have that burst, guys. 2.5 second reload time between shots as well. And seems like decent gun handling, 8 degrees of gun depression. 2.3 second aiming time, 0.35. And many of you guys, when I first showed just a picture of this tank, many of you were very interested about this tank. So, you know, let me know what you think about that now after you saw first specs. And I expect it to play kind of like Progetto, just, you know, a little bit different. Different mobility, but higher alpha because of that. Still 3 shells in the mag. Let me know, guys. What do you think about that? Now we have covered everything from this list up to tier 8. Now let's talk about some tier 9 tanks. And while we were talking about autoloaders, let's talk about object 265T. This is a tier 9 Soviet heavy tank, guys, with 390 alpha, and you can see that it has auto-reloading gun. And what you also may notice is that the reload times are switched around. So this is going to be reverse auto-loading Soviet heavy tank, which is kind of broken mechanic, you know, the reverse auto-loading mechanic, because emptying your clip has no punishment, basically. You want to empty your clip every time you see the enemy, because the first shell, when your magazine is empty, loads the fastest. In this case, 10.5 seconds, moving up to 13.4 and then 16.3. But to have that close to 1.2k damage burst, that's pretty strong, guys, you know? 6 degrees gun depression, very limiting, definitely. Gun handling, not the greatest over here, but it has 130 hull, 75 on the sides, 300 turret armor as well. Seems to be pretty armored beast. Actually, mobility kind of slow. Top speed is, you know, decent, but about the weight ratio, can't brag with that. And 380 meter view range actually gives it the comfortability of playing it without coated optics, for example, and still have respectable view range. So 380 meter view range is the threshold for that, at least for me. So this is another reverse auto reloading heavy tank coming into the game, this time into tier 9. Object 265T. Excited about that? Let me know. I am not super excited about that. Not as excited as, for example, about ERAC or Char Murat, guys. Many of you were very excited to see this tank over here. And it has the ability to earn bonds marked over here as well. On the Dez server, right? So this is a tier 9 French medium tank, support medium tank with 390 alpha damage and a 3 shell autoloader, guys. It has 3 shells in the magazine, 2.5 second reload time between shots, and 33.56 second full clip reload time. Of course, you can boost that down to like 30 or something. 12 degrees of gun depression. Decent gun handling, I would say. 390 alpha, no armor whatsoever, easy to penetrate, so don't stick your nose out too long. 21 power to weight ratio, 60 drop speed, so very fast, good view range. Yeah, this is like a glass cannon, like a tier 9. I'm not going to say tier 9 Parask. I'm not going to say that, because Parask reload time is just stupid, I would say. But, you know, bloody hell, it looks pretty good, right? If you simply look at stats, and especially if you have the burst as well. In 5 seconds, you can dish out almost 1.2k damage after your first shot. Pretty crazy, if you ask me. So this is Char Murat, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think about that? Let me know. And finally, let's talk about ERAC 105PR, a project for an amphibious armored reconnaissance vehicle. A working prototype was built in 1963. The vehicle had a low weight together with significant firepower, and it could afford wet caps. All right. 320 alpha due to 222 millimeters of standard penetration, 8 degrees of gun depression. So firepower, as it is a light tank, you know, it is not like the bread and butter of this tank, of course, but gun handling and everything looks pretty solid. Penetration, you know, definitely on the lower side. No armor whatsoever. It is going to be bent HE, left, right, center. It seems to be kind of big as well. So Shelma in tier 9 or Dezrng or Blesk, those guys will love to face this tank with high explosive clip for sure. Easy penetration. Look what kind of cardboard box it is actually. Armor is pretty much the same as well, but it is very bloody fast, guys. 30 power to weight ratio with 70 top speed. 23 moving backwards as well. 16.36 moving camo, very good. 390 meter view range as well. So kind of exciting tank to play with once again. I would say more exciting than any Soviet tank I've seen in this list so far. So, ladies and gentlemen, which one was your favorite over here? I would say the French tanks for me take the cake for sure. This one, I'm a light tank sucker, guys, or sucker for light tanks. I really love to play with light tanks. I really love light tanks overall. So it's going to be kind of memey tank in my opinion, and the Char Murat as well. So, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what are you looking forward to most, and those were all the so-called secret hidden tanks coming in the next update. Thank you so much for your attention. I get you next time with something else. Adios and enjoy your weekend.